Trumpet players, let's just have a quick man-to-man talk here. Yeah, I'm the trombone guy. I'm the guy holding the bass trumpet. But I also play a lot of euphonium, tuba, and bass trumpet. So valve technique and hand position is really important to me. And I've studied a lot of the great trumpet players in our country right now. I'm not going to sit here and drop a bunch of names, but I've modeled what I do after guys like Mark Inouye with the San Francisco Symphony, like Rolf Smedvik of the Empire Brass, many of my teachers, colleagues, mentors, and I've had the privilege to study with some of the best and some of the worst players in the world. And I learn from everybody. I watch what works and what doesn't. Here's what all the really great players seem to have in common. They always keep the tips of the fingers on the tips of the valves. This is important because it ensures your valve will always properly depress. When people's valve sticks, it's usually because of two reasons. Number one, you have a dent, or you're not lubricating often enough. Number two, you are pressing your valve off to the side, and that always engenders some sort of sticking or friction, and it just wears down the plating on the valves. So if you want your horn to work well, always make sure that valves come straight up and down. Here's the deal with trumpet grip. I always teach guys, just go like this. Put your right hand up, stick your thumb out, fingers together. Slide your thumb in between the first and second valve, and curve your fingers over so the tips of the fingers are on the tips of the valve, and your pinky is just rested here on the ring. This ring is not an octave key. It's not meant to allow you to have the pressure to pull back on your face. Not only is it not good for your face, it doesn't look pretty, and you don't sound pretty either. A colleague of mine had a great reason for this recently. He said basically it's because back in the day when trumpet players were playing a lot, they could hold the instrument up while turning the pages and then back to regular grip. So, thumb in between the first and second valve, tips of the fingers on the tips of the valves, just rest your pinky right on top here. So it's nice and light, and it keeps your hand and your whole wrist in alignment here. So if your arm's in flat like a karate chop with a slight grip, then you're not going to get carpal tunnel, you're not going to damage yourself. The job of the right hand is float fast on the valves. Left hand, basically, it's a similar type of thing, but your hand is just vertically. Here's what I tell the guys. Put your thumb right here, and depending on the size of your hand, if you're quite young or your hands are small, you're going to put your pinky down below, and you're going to put your fourth finger in the ring. For those of us with larger hands, or as you get a little older, you're going to put your two bottom fingers, your fourth finger and your pinky, down below the valve casing, middle finger in the ring, and second finger just resting here. Because on professional trumpets, you're going to need this thumb to slide the ring, and this finger here to move your third valve slide. So that's why, really, most of the grip comes from these two fingers right here. These two guys are busy moving, and your second finger is a counterbalance. Whenever you see a finger up here, to the side, anything else, you're introducing tension into your hand, which is going to lead to carpal tunnel or damage later on, or it's tension that climbs up your arm, into your throat, and into your tone.